This event is something of an experiment for the college. Dickinson is an intentionally a small college, and we pride ourselves on close student-faculty interactions. And as a result, we have classes that average about 18 students in size. In some ways, what we're doing this afternoon is a giant version of that. There are more than 18 of you here, clearly. Introduction. The film itself, El Camino de los Ingleses, is the core of the class material this afternoon. And the two instructors are two visitors, both from Malaga. And it's important that I note that they're both from Malaga, Spain, for reasons that will become clear momentarily. The first is Antonio Banderas. Receiving the ovation that Dickinson faculty always receive when they teach a class. I trust everyone, it's obvious everyone knows Antonio as an international film star. What you may not know is he's also acted in over 70 films in Spain. He is a director. This film is his second effort at directing. And he also is a recipient of an honorary degree from Dickinson College in the year 2000. The second instructor, another Antonio, is Antonio Soler. And in many ways, his relationship with the college and his achievements parallel those of Antonio Banderas. He too is from Malaga, as I said. He is a distinguished novelist and writer. He has written 8 novels. He is generally regarded, as I understand it, he's the most prize award-winning novelist in Spain. He also has close relationships with the college through 2 residencies here. In 1995 and again in 2000, he was a writer-scholar in residence at Dickinson.
Reed, our Director of Film Studies.
I will ask my question in English because I don't know Spanish.
I'll repeat it so everybody can hear back there.
But I congratulate you, first of all, on a remarkably powerful collaboration. And I would thank you, too, except I feel like I've just lost at least 1 kidney and maybe 2. Very, very, very powerful. I'm wondering, I remember hearing an interview with Michael Ondaatje and Anthony Minghella when The English Patient came out, and they were talking about appreciating each other's art. And I'm wondering, Antonio Banderas, if there was something in Antonio Soler's novel that you wanted to get particularly in a visual way that perhaps challenged you as a filmmaker to get something a little differently than a novelist would, and if that happened. And then Antonio Soler, if he describes that, if you could respond to seeing your work visualized in a slightly different way in the film.
Just answering the question, what I saw in the novel. First of all, I have to say that Antonio and I, we met each other at those days, in the 70s in Malaga. I have to say also that it was not springtime for me when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. It was hard. I got a lot of indecisions with my life in my youth. It's very interesting, actually, something that was not in the novel that interested me. In 1978, Spain was cooking politics. It was unbelievable how politicized the country was. And Antonio Soler took the politics completely out of the novel. So when I read the novel for the first time, it's one of the first things that surprised me, and I liked it. You know, it just went for people, talking about people in those years, maybe in another time in history. It not attached to those big macro things that may oppress us, like politics or religion or even the family. The family in the movie is just touched slightly on the side. What surprised me also the most about the novel is how cinematic it was already. Modern literature for me was cinema. The way that he used the narrative, the way that he used time, how he jumps in the story back and forth and create these strange flashbacks and propose characters, very specifically the character of El Garganta, the throat in the movie. Just almost like a Corifeon in the Greek theater, but with another wink of an eye. There is something very Bertolt Brecht about that character, because he got the capacity of playing in two different universes at the same time. Sometimes he just look at the audience and he can just wink an eye and say, you know, I have been in this movie before. I know what is going to happen. Have you been hired in the radio? Some of the characters asking at some point. He says, no, not yet. It's almost like he's going to say, no, the scene for that to happen is not yet. You forgot that. It's going to come in scene 38. You know, and openly, I didn't hide myself at all. At the end of the movie, when Miguelito dies, I put him looking straight into the camera and smiling slightly to the audience, like saying, I know, it's a lot of dramatic story here, but we have a wink of an eye because, you know, this is a movie. And you know what? We're going to start the whole entire process again from the beginning. So we have another Daisy over here, another carpet pass. We have Miguelito all clean up, no shoes now, that he's going to cross the street and we'll start again. So he gave to the movie a cycle, start all over again. All of those little things, all of those details were already inserted in a way in the novel, in a more literary way. But I saw that, and I saw the pain, the confusion and chaos. And confusion and chaos, for me, as a creator, is a fantastic play for creation. And I'm going to stop.
Bueno, realmente yo no tuve una visión primera de la película como ustedes, sin una noticia previa. Yo escribí el guión por decisión de Antonio. Tardó poco en convencerme, pero me convenció de un modo muy rotundo. Y por tanto, no, sin pistola. Y por tanto tenía una ligera idea de cómo podía ser la película habiendo escrito el guión.
Right, so Soler says that, well, the first time he saw the movie, it wasn't like the first time for you guys, because he had actually written the script. He was very quickly convinced by Banderas, without needing to use a gun, that he would write the script. So when he saw the movie, he already had a very good idea of how the movie was going to be.
De todos modos, el guión de una película es una información leve sobre una película, porque el director puede manipular ese guión en el sentido que él quiera y hacerlo completamente irreconocible. En este sentido, yo tengo que asumir cuando escribo, en este caso para una película, que mi trabajo es un trabajo que forma parte de una gran maquinaria y que la autoría de ese trabajo no corresponde por completo al que está escribiendo. En este sentido, John Irving, en un libro estupendo y curioso que se llama Mis líos con el cine, dice que cuando él está escribiendo para una película, tiene la sensación de que no está escribiendo. Yo eso lo interpreto un poco menos radicalmente y sí diría que tengo la sensación de que estoy escribiendo a media, porque realmente un guión no es una obra acabada. Y la obra realmente acabada está en el estilo que se da eso, y el estilo en el cine lo da el director.
Also, he said that the script that he created, he's aware that that's just part of the information. His information that the director is going to use, but he may, what he may see afterwards may not be completely recognized from what he wrote on the script, and he assumes that. He assumes that when he writes a script, that's part of a higher, bigger machinery. It's part of the work of more people. So John Irving, he wrote that he wrote a book about writing for the movie industry. That when he writes for a movie, he's not really writing. He says, Soler says that maybe in a less radical way, he feels similar. He feels that half of what he's, part of what he's writing maybe in the movie, but he's aware that the script is not a final work.